a full slate of Sunday soccer, and it all begins from Swope Park, where Sporting Kansas City 2 return from a long few weeks on the road to welcome one of the most potent offenses in all of MLS NEXT Pro in the Town FC. Philip Galati with you every step of the way. Thanks so much for joining us. For the host, head coach Isfan Urbani and the crew look to bounce back after a scoreless draw against Austin FC with the Verde and Black, winning the extra point in the shootout by a margin of 7-6. Meanwhile, the Town have scored a staggering 14 goals. Yes, 14 in their last 3 matches combined. The best part of that for the Town, they've conceded 0 in that span. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for both sides tonight. For Sporting Kansas City 2, a couple changes. Jack Courtcamp is back in between the pipes. Meanwhile, Gael Quintero slots into midfield on the left side of the captain, Cello to Chantret, with Shane Donovan to his right. And then up top, it's another change with Meji Alexandre at the right wing spot. 3 goals for him last season in 14 appearances. He's got his first of the campaign already, trying to be the first SKC2 player with multiple goals on the season. As for a head coach, Dan DeGeer in his first 11, had a chance to speak with him earlier this week, and he spoke at length about the depth of his squad. It's on full display tonight. Chance Cowell and Julian Donnery into the midfield. 2 changes last time out from that 4-0 win against St. Louis City 2. Cruz Medina was the lone midfielder to not score in that contest. Meanwhile, up top, Chance Cowell on the left with Natso Animabua through the middle, a former UCLA man, all-conference selection in each of his 3 seasons with the Bruins. So a big test on home soil for Sporting Kansas City 2 today. Meanwhile, the Town trying to continue an unprecedented scoring streak. It'll be Sporting Kansas City 2 on the left side of your screen in the iconic sky blue and navy hoops. The Town on the right and the all black attacking to the left. See the wind billowing past the flags, blowing in favor of the visitors for now. I had a chance to speak to both head coaches this week, and they both mentioned the importance of starting this match on the right note, as a large slate of Sunday soccer is finally off and away. A number of games going on around the league. A number of games as well available on MLSNextPro.com and the official MLS YouTube. Thanks so much to everyone for joining us there. SKC2 trying to right the ship and gather some more points. It has been a start to the season with a handful of challenges, but now this squad starting to find their communication, their understanding, their chemistry. Getting a big point on the road last time out in Austin. Before that, a road trip to Colorado. And now back at Swope Park.
Forward, forward, into the future.
Clark with the quick throw. Zian James striding forward. Early cross allowed to bounce around. Fighting for it was Gumbale. He'll earn a corner kick. Malum Gumbale, a three-time Big Ten champion at Indiana. Formerly of the Columbus Crew Academy. Short corner flicked on, and there were a couple bodies there in blue, getting the wires crossed. Francesco Montali back in the starting role for the Town. Had an incredible senior season with Boston University. Captured a league title. Named as an All-America first team. And back-to-back league all-first team selection as well. This one falls kindly to SKC2. Alexandre staying upright in the box. Fires it across. And it's a good challenge at the top of the six. Comes off an attacker last. Well played by Wilson Eisner. Ali Mabua dispossessed. Diogo Baptista allowed to settle. Trying to invite the attack forward with Julian Donnery in a foot race with Natty Clark. Donnery wins it, has Medina short. Nothing on just yet. Medina still battling. Wearing number 15, the age at which he made his first team debut with the Quakes back in 2022. Now in his 50th career appearance for the club. Trying to mark his milestone today. Falls to Medina. Late challenge on the part of Gael Quintero. Town trying to continue that hot start of form. Had a chance to catch up with head coach Dan DeGeer earlier this week. The Town only managed to get 1 point from their first 4 matches, and head coach Dan DeGeer said it was a shaky start for us. Attributed some of that to injuries and guys coming in just wanting to showcase themselves and taking time to learn the identity of this team, how they want to play. It's not just one versus all out there, it's a team. But in those last 3 matches, a perfect 9 of 9 points-wise. 14 scored, none conceded. Says his squad has really come into that identity now. There's that understanding of how the Town wants to play. Not only just their identity, but their style as well. Plenty of style points for the amount of scoring that they've done. to defend this chance first. Still bouncing around. And Chance Cowell not going to mess around with it. It's a 4-3-3 on paper, but Hanso Adimoboa left on a bit of an island, really going to stretch things vertically out of possession. Pressure on Court Camp. Scrambles it skyward. Second ball falls to the feet of Arellano. Looking for support and play the diagonal run. That Gumbale didn't make. Not a bad idea from Brian Arellano, former MLS Next Pro champion with Austin. Great tackle in midfield. Gumbale trying to burn his mark, and Eisner winning the duel. Wanting a foul, instead it's a corner kick for the hosts once again. It'll be Arellano with the outswinging delivery. Low to the corner of the 6, cleared away at the front post. Uteritz first to it. Cowell nearly getting there, Clark did first. And now the counter might be on for the Town. Adimoboa plays the early pass, the keeper called for it, and Beckham Uteritz didn't hear it. Uteritz not under much duress there. "17-year-old Jack Courtcamp was calling for it. Now he's got to instruct his defenders for the corner. Allowed to bounce. Nobody there in a black kit. Medina with his defender on a tightrope, and the open header from Julian Donnery flashes wide. Unmarked, 6 yards out. So well done from Cruz Medina. Puts it on a platter. Donnery didn't get the flick on that he wanted. SKC2 keeping numbers high. And they win it in a promising spot as well. Creative ball in behind, across was Kano. Town doing a nice job of forcing the hosts back. There's a big challenge. Giogo Baptista going to ground, but he got the ball. Donovan howling the defender, forcing a hurried clearance. Santret. Rowe. And now James. Town can't clear their lines just yet. Midfield line unable to receive the ball to feet. Here's James sliding through defenders. Good ball that finds the Santret. Quintero Just about gets it away. Kumbale. Donovan. Heels on the touchline. Numbers waiting for it in the box. And again, the Town hold their shape. Patience paying off. Donovan found a pocket of space and lost his footing. This portion of the match is presented by Central Bank, the official checking account partner of Sporting Kansas City and the official jersey front partner of SKC2. SKC2 trying to continue the high press, and they do win it right back. Donovan. Santret there on the loose ball. It's that second opportunity that continues to fall for the shirts in blue. But the back line stepping up very high, not giving the front three for the hosts any time on the ball. Rowers forward, great ball. Alexandre making the diagonal run. Clark. Leroux wants to play the same pass again and does. Donovan once again running out of real estate. Tried to turn and face on that favored right foot. Difficult task for Shane Donovan. Kansas City native. Joined the organization 4 years ago. Has represented the club from U15 to U17, U18, U19. Wore the armband for that U17 side. Poor giveaway by Alexandre. Donnery. Adimaboa moves it along for Cowell, and one more time, Ibarra. Cowell to the back post, Donnery there once again. And another header for the towering forward that he can't quite redirect on frame. Quick ball movement from the Town. 6'5", Julian Donnery. Unable to get there. There's a poor pass. Good sliding challenge, able to keep it, though a risky one. And now the Town bringing the heat on the press. Kano, great ball. Adimaboa fighting for it. Well defended. Still bouncing around. There's a collision as well the referee had to think about. Play goes on. First time we've seen the Town get some solid numbers forward. Quick feet from Ibarra that draws the free kick. Ricardo Ibarra saw him on that last phase of attack, make the overlapping run and play the cross in. Never got the chance to this time around. Another hometown kid, born in San Jose, played his college ball with UC Irvine. SKC2 will hold the 18. Play to the back post, headed in front. It's a clever move to try and draw the back line a little out of position. Donnery dispossessed. Rowe with authority. It's a clever move on that free kick that you see from teams nowadays where two players will stand over the ball. One will run over the top of it for the sole purpose of making the backline move. That way they sit a little bit deeper. Any player that may have jumped offside is now back onside. And plus with the deeper back line, now the goalkeeper is under a little bit of duress. They have less space to make a decision, less time to come out for it. It's a clever tactic when it works well, and it did open up a free header for Alejandro Cano. Nobody was there for the second opportunity though. Space afforded to Baptiste on the near flank. Low cross dealt with by Leroux. Donovan told to turn. Didn't have the space to. Quintero. Clark. Just has to send it forward, and the whistle does sound. It's well officiated. Tried to see if there was any advantage on the ball in behind, and there was none. Mbale chasing with Ibarra and shielded out safely in the end. Now SKC2 forced to try and play that route one pass in behind. Neither goalkeeper yet to be tested just yet as we enter the 20th minute. Eisner. Lot of space, nobody picked up Cruz Medina, who still has space in front of him. Medina all the way. Falls to Cowell. Thought about the cross, can't stand it up, instead finding Medina short. Shuffling by one. Turning away from a second. And eventually SKC2 hold the fort. Cowell got there, hooked it back in, bounces all the way to Baptista.
Get out faster!
Again, a lot of space afforded on the wings, this time Cowell on the far side. Attempt at the cutback, but James in the way. Donovan trying to break. Mbale gets the turn. Held it up for as long as he could. Now Alexandre's turn. One-on-one. Taken out. That will likely be a booking. And it is. A crunching challenge on the part of Diogo Baptista.
A yellow card caution has been issued to Town FC, number 52.
And Julian Donnery was there as well.
21st.
It's his contact that results in the yellow card. Just sandwiched in between two players. Meji Alexandre with the inside to outmove and able to draw the first booking of the match. Arellano over the set piece opportunity. Two in the wall for Montali. Driven in, and Donnery was in fact the one that got there first. Second ball clipped in, and Montali claims without problems. To Santret for Clark. The two longtime teammates of SKC2 had a chance to speak with the captain, Cello to Santret, and spoke at length about what it's been like fostering a companionship with a teammate like Natty Clark, when the two have to be in constant communication because of their position on the field and off the field, the friendship they have. Santret last year put up some serious numbers for SKC2. Had a much longer haircut. Rocking the buzz cut now, and it was in fact Natty Clark, the first man who saw it. Had a chance to speak with Cello to Santret about what it was like revealing that new hairstyle to one of his longtime friends, and he said it was quite a shock. Both players were training with the first team for a while, and some of the first team members said that Santret should try and switch things up. He agreed to it. They didn't think he'd follow through. Natty Clark tracking that one back. It's a giveaway. Tonnery, Medina, a long way from goal. They'll try anyways. And it's seen all the way through court camp. Jermaine Spivey had a go. It took a bit of a deflection on its way. Good goalkeeping in the end from the 17-year-old. Great passing in the end, but a little bit too strong. This portion of the match is presented by Children's Mercy Kansas City, the official healthcare partner of Sporting Kansas City. Montali. Baptista, the town finding a lot of space out wide, really stretching things. Ibarra, Cowell gets the 1-2 with Ibarra, and the cutback blocked by Ian James. Former captain of the Sporting Kansas City U15s. Had spent most of the 23-24 campaign with the U7 teams. Still just 16 years of age and already a wealth of experience in the pro leagues. James getting to the loose ball on the corner. Baptista sending it right back in. Cut back in front, and nobody's at the back post. Well done by Baptista to stand it up. It's Cano who got there. He may have seen that there was no one at the back post and tried for goal. Difficult one with the sun and the wind to find that out of the air.
Win second.
Soldiers through the contact, trying to play Alexandre in behind. And the whistle sounds in favor of SKC2. Wilson Eisner was there. And it's a free kick for the hosts. Taking another look at it. Both players went down. Referee had a good view of things. And Ricardo Ibarra with the protests. Emphasis in MLS Next Pro this year that only the captain should be speaking to the referee after any sort of decision. That way players aren't crowding the official, discouraging any unsporting behavior. Three players standing over it for SKC2. Ariano and Donovan. It will be Ariano into the wall. Falls right back to him in the area. Animaboa not diving in. Ariano skips by him from a tough angle. Takes a deflection. James tried to head it down. Instead puts it back in. Still bouncing around and finally away for the town. A chaotic sequence at the back. SKC2 unable to capitalize. Donovan, Trivella pass.
Get in the box!
Inviting Ariano forward. Countless step overs. Ariano gets by his mark to the byline and it's in! But it's been chalked off. The ball was out of play before Ariano put it back in the danger zone. How many step overs was that? He crossed the line, but he crossed the byline too. It would have been the first goal for SKC2 in 288 minutes of play. Instead, the deadlock's still yet to be broken, and there's another 50-50 that will result in a booking for Alejandro Cano. Malun Gumbale brought down unfairly, stopping a promising attack.
In the 31st minute.
At some point, or Shane have to go. Keep doing that.
And that is a yellow card tackle. No real attempt to play the ball. Really didn't need to make that challenge, Alejandro Cano. There was nobody in the box. Gumbale with his back to goal was running out of room. Instead, it's a second booking of the match. Tough angle to serve this one in. It's a good delivery. First to it was Leroux. Couldn't keep his effort down. This portion of the match is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield Kansas City, the official healthcare insurance partner of Sporting Kansas City. Wednesday Tuesday, April 23rd was the last time SKC2 scored a goal. A 4-1 defeat against the Tacoma Defiance. Coincidentally, it was the last time they were here. Great ball, Alexandre for Donovan, looking for the return pass, wide open for Tashantret, and it's over the bar. The captain with the miss from 12 yards. Sat up on a platter for him, tried to pick out the top left corner. Montali got big and it's too high. Whistle sounds, favor of the town. Sporting Kansas City 2, despite some really bright play in the last 15 minutes or so, still yet to have their breakthrough.
It's coming, boys. Let's go. It's coming.
A goal chalked off. And then an opportunity that are very difficult to find ones better than. Big pass forward, it's not on. Credit to the midfield and back lines for the hosts and how well they've held their shape. James, though, going too far forward and coughing it up. Alexandre tried to cross it in, comes off of Eisner. Big step from Leroux. Clark has stayed high. 3 defenders fooled by that pass. A lot of black shirts in front of Shane Donovan. Running out of room. And does well to earn the foul. It's great play by the youngster. Knows he doesn't have an option on for the pass and has to put his body in a position where he's going to take contact. Sets the bait and gets the defenders to fall for the trap. Bouncing delivery, Raja Gopal got there first. Second is Uteritz. Still contested, and the whistle will go for offside. Donnery, well intercepted. Bit of a mess, but Quintero there. Again, 3 black shirts around it. Able to win it back. And then a challenge into the back of Diogo Baptista.
Thank you.
Into the final 8.5 minutes or so of regulation in the first half. Still scoreless between SKC2 and the Town. It has been the hosts that have looked likely to find the breakthrough. Clark committing the foul right at midfield.
Get there.
Medina somehow getting through. Tried to poke it short for Donnery, wasn't on the same wavelength. Look at Montali all the way out of his area. Not a great header. Goal is open. Donovan will try. And the bouncing ball poised a difficult half volley. Just couldn't settle it cleanly. Risky goalkeeping from Francesco Montali. Poor play out of the back again from the Town. It'll fall kindly to Donovan once again. Gets it to Tashantret. Alexandre has space on his right. Tries to get on that favored right foot. And well defended in the end. Kept taking his touches toward his left shoulder, trying to get the defender to bite. And in close quarters, it's very well defended. Knows that Alexandre is going to go to his favored right foot. When he does, that's when the defender steps up and is ready to block the shot. Really well done. Donovan's corner. Dangerous area. Flick on header from Gumbale, kept in touch by Ibarra. Clever play by Natty Clark. Has a lot of time, and so too does Leroux. Gumbale trying to turn and face to the byline, kept it in play. And will fall kindly to Montali. Half-hearted appeals for a pass back, but that is certainly not a pass back.
Recover.
Adi Maboa. Cowell. The Town gonna try and counter. First time we've seen them this high in a while. Trying to make the most of it. Natty Clark, very well defended in the end. How about the effort from Natty Clark? An academy player with the club since 2016. Been with the team since its first season in MLS Next Pro. Born in Ethiopia, but raised in Topeka. Uteritz all the way back to head it out. Minute 41 now. The Town trying to steal one before the break. Medina sits a defender down. Plays the cross in to Santret was there. And up without problems is Kortkamp. Wants to spring the counter. Donovan gets his feet wrong. Eisner does enough. SKC2 keeping a lot of numbers high here, but not electing to step on the ball. Could be space if Ibarra makes a move, so too does Baptista. Donnery trying to find that space. Kano, incisive pass. Hani Baboa gets back onto it. 20 yards out. Cowell with the pace to get there. It's over Donnery. Chance Cowell with some serious wheels.
First and second, boys, be strong. Be strong. Be strong, Malud. Run off of Mitzi. Down, Matt.
Matty Clark has taken too much space on that throw-in.
Get higher, get higher, get higher. Get higher.
Natty drop, wide away. Magic behind you, magic behind.
On his touch, Brian. On his touch, Brian.
Ibarra dispossessed. Want to go quick. Mbale has no space to turn. Shot from way out. Stings the palms of Natali, but not much more.
First and second, boys.
Clark with the big header. SKC2, despite winning the ball so high up the pitch a number of times now, yet to muster their first shot on target. Wind really picking up now as we enter the first and only minute at a minimum of stoppage time.
1 minute.
And the numbers there for the break. Hani Baboa was dispossessed. Now Donovan the other direction. Gumbale goes down in the box. Quintero sticks with it. Instead, Eisner does well. Medina, one last attack in this first half. Eisner continues his run. There was a lot of space for Cowell. Spivey was stretching for it and couldn't play a good pass.
The referee is
First half whistle will sound.
With the score, Sporting 0, Town FC.
Our score at the half. Kansas City, nothing. The Town, nothing. First half highlights and a look at our upcoming schedule are later, but first, April Marie Aguilar made her way to the land of 1,000 lakes to visit Minnesota United FC 2. She sat down with head coach Jeremy Hall in this week's Coach's Corner.
Welcome to this episode of Coach's Corner. I'm April Marie Aguilar. Joining me today is Jeremy Hall, head coach of Minnesota United FC2. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. You've been with the club since its inaugural season in 2022. What does it feel like to you to have been with this organization since its inception?
Yeah, I've been very blessed, to be honest. I've gotten to work with some really good coaches here. I've learned a lot, and then to be able to step into a role as a head coach, I think just from a personal standpoint, I'm still learning and finding myself, and really grateful for the club to give me such a big role at the club. And so I'm really excited to be here, going on year 4, and just looking to continuing the success that we've had so far.
And what ultimately inspired you to even want to become a coach?
Ooh, that's a good question. Just from playing, I've had some really good coaches, some really bad coaches, and I always just felt like, I just want to be able to mentor and be around the guys. You can only play for so long. I still feel like being on the field is the next best thing, and so being able to share some of those experiences, positive and negative, that I've learned, through other coaches and just being involved in the game, I just felt like I would love to give back. And so I love my time on the field. I love being able to build relationships with the players. I love to help them get to where they ultimately want to be and play at a high level. And so be able to help share those experiences and be on the field, it's been awesome.
And you mentioned having played professionally, and you did 8 seasons in Major League Soccer. Given your experience as a player, aside from mentoring, what else do you find yourself now implementing into your coaching career?
Just really being myself and just being real. A lot of coaches want to talk tactics, and I think that's a big part of the game. But, for me, I talk more behaviors and being aggressive and playing with intensity, and, for me, hating to lose. And so if you can show up every day and try and get better, I think at the end of the day, you give yourself a better chance to, be successful, because at this level that we're at, there's a lot of good players. And for me, it's how do you separate yourself? And so I believe just like working hard, winning your individual duels. I like to say just like being a dog on the field. I think that can, really get you into that next level.
And how do you feel like that gives you an advantage, even having been a player, to just become more or build stronger relationships with your players?
Well, I think the relationship piece is soccer aside. It's getting to know these kids and their families and how they're doing in school, and what are they doing on the weekends away from away from the field. And so I feel like whether they're playing, whether they're not, whether in a good moment, whether in a bad moment, in the second team space, we have guys coming down, so everybody's headspace is totally different. And so for me, it's just trying to be, I guess, a friend, first and foremost, just somebody that they can confide in. And then when they're on the field, when those relationships are built, I can really push them and try and demand all the other stuff out of them. And so for me, I really pride myself on that.
Lob ball up ahead, shipped over the keeper. Oh, how about that? The ball ends up with Chandler. He controls inside the box, flips it back in, and another goal for Minnesota.
And now going into year 2 as a leader of this team, how do you personally feel like you've grown, not just as an individual, but as a coach just within this year?
Yeah, well, you have the final say in a lot of things like that, right? And so when you're building out a training week, a training month, the details that go into the training session, when you're traveling, what flight do you want to get on, all these different things, everything comes through you. And so really being organized, really being just open, right? Like our assistant coach have a lot of say in that, right? Like I don't like to take everything and just giving them the platform to, be able to coach and lead like that. And so making everything super collaborative, I can step back at times and kind of put myself in when I need to, but sharing the space with the other coaches and the players has made me just be me.
And I admire that about you, is as soon as we told you that you were named Coach of the Month, you right away were like, it's not just me, it is a team and a collaborative effort. Ultimately for the team, what would you consider a successful season?
That's a hard one in our space. For me, I always believe that winning is a part of development. And so I think with anything, if you're going into a season, I think everybody says we want to make the playoffs, we want to win the championship. I think when you look at it like that from perspective, yeah, that's great. In our space and development, we want to help these guys get into the first team. And so when I see some of the guys like, Alex Smear play with the first team, or Loic play with the first team, some of the first team guys that are returned to play, DJ Taylor getting in and Sam Shishoa, when these guys come into our space, it makes me feel good because, they're getting fitter, they're getting stronger, they're getting more confident, and, hopefully we can continue to see more guys from the second team get into the first team.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you guys this season, Coach. And we can't wait to see what else is in store for you all.
Thank you so much.
But in the meantime, y'all, this is it for this episode of Coach's Corner. Be sure to tune in to our next episode to see who I'll be talking to with next. We'll catch you guys next time. For now, I'm April Marie Aguilar. Bye.
I know I'm really attracted. I'm hanging on like a fridge to a magnet. The jigsaw with all the right pieces. You and me, we go good together. You and I go good together. You and I, we go good together. We go good together.
Welcome back. Scoreless at the break between Sporting KC2 and the Town. We will look ahead to the league's upcoming schedule in a moment. But first, on her visit to Minnesota, April Marie Aguilar had a chance to sit down and meet 22-year-old forward Logan Dorsey in this week's Player Profile.
Thank you again for joining me on this episode of Player Profile. I'm April Marie Aguilar, and today joining me is Logan Dorsey of Minnesota United FC2. Thanks so much for the time, Logan.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Well, just this December, you were selected by Minnesota United in the Super Draft. Then you signed with the team in March.
Yep.
Then in just your second game, you scored your first goal, followed by a brace in the next. Describe to me what these last couple of months have been like for you.
Yeah, no, it's been quite a whirlwind, no doubt. I mean, coming in, getting drafted, an unbelievable feeling, and you get a call saying, hey, you have 2 weeks to come and prove yourself, and it's like, great, let's do it. And so it was great, to get experience with the first team and to kind of get in that environment and see what it's like, and then an unbelievable feeling to sign a second team contract and kind of get that going and get that process going is awesome. And coming in and scoring a few goals is great. I'm glad to be able to help the team. So it's been fun, an experience for sure.
And what would a successful season look like for you?
For me, a successful season is our goal as a team is to win it all. We want to win the league, and I strongly believe that we have the ability to do that with the players that we have and the talent we have, coming up and down from the first team, all the switches. I feel like we've embraced that really well as a group early on in the season, and I think we're going to continue to do that.
Now I want to talk a little bit about your brother, because he plays for Houston Dynamo. What was the competitive nature like between the two of you growing up?
That's a good question. I think the competitive nature when we were kids was always wanting to beat each other. I think that blossomed into a really great relationship that I have with him now, more of a support role than a competitive role. But, of course, as kids, you want to be better, you want to beat him. And, I think that helped propel both of us into, taking the next step in our careers. So I think it was a positive, but now that it's blossomed into a good, comforting relationship, I think it's great.
And his journey, how has that influenced your own approach to the game?
Yeah, it's, he's given me a lot of support throughout my career. I've obviously, as every career does, you have a lot of struggles and you have a lot of things and going on. And I think that his help to me has been, without words, it's been probably the greatest thing in my career so far. Having someone like him that's been through it all, that's been through what I'm going through is unbelievable. So having that support system is great, and I can't thank him enough for that.
And you mentioned struggles. How have those struggles actually led you to where you are now?
Yeah, I think, You know, I would say the biggest thing for an aspiring pro athlete is being able to deal with struggle. And, you know, dealing with struggle is hard for a lot of people, and it's hard for everybody. So being able to deal with that and kind of take positives and little things away from everything that you're doing, even when you're in one of those slumps, is like, I think that's the greatest thing you can do as an athlete.
And is there a specific moment or perhaps piece of advice that Griffin has provided you that's had a significant impact on you?
I would say the biggest thing that he's done for me is kind of just been there. He's been there, you know, through the successes and saying, hey, like, you know, maybe you don't need to get so high on this, or, you know, when you're in a low, like, hey, you're good, like, you're right where you need to be. Like, I think kind of just being there constantly throughout the entire process has been great. Like, kind of keeping me balanced is one thing that he does really well, which I really appreciate.
And you're certainly lucky because you do have a brother who's a professional.
Yeah.
But with that being said, how important is it to just have that support system?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's everything. I struggle with it because I think everybody needs it, and I'm so grateful that I have it, but not everybody has it, you know? So I think, you know, it's a great advantage for me, and maybe being able to pass on some of the information that he gives to me to other players that are struggling within our team and, you know, close friends, I think is great to be able to do.
I love that. Well, best of luck to you and your team, Logan.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Player Profile. Be sure to tune in next time to see who I'll be talking to. For now, I'm April Marie, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Action.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Welcome back. Scoreless first 45 between the Town and SKC2, but plenty to talk about in that first half as far as highlights go. Let's take a look at the full first half highlights. SKC2 started this one on a bright note. Benji Alexandre shuffling onto that favorite right foot, played a good cross in, but Wilson Eisner time and time again was there at the back for the Town. Going the other way though, Julian Donnery was the target of a lot of good crosses. That one, the flick header wide from 6 yards, then moved along to Ricardo Ibarra, the captain back for Cowell, swung into the box towards who else but Julian Donnery once again, looping over the bar. Neither goalkeeper really yet to be tested thus far. This, the lone shot on target for the Town. Jack Kortkamp saw it all the way off the foot of Jermaine Spivey. This looked like it was going to be a great chance, but the cutback sailed over the crossbar by Shello to Santret. The skipper unable to make his mark. As we take a look at the halftime stats, the Town actually with the slight edge in possession, but it is not about how much of the ball you have, it's about what you do with it. 11 shots in total for SKC2, trying to break that deadlock, now over 300 minutes without a goal. They've had the one shot on target, 3 corners as well to the Town's 2, with plenty of fouls as well. 2 yellow cards in that first half, both on the part of the Town, as physicality certainly came into play, especially in the tail end of that first 45. But now it is just about time for the second 45 to kick off. Saw a lot of Shane Donovan in that first half. for SKC2. He had the cutback on that last play of halftime. His head coach, Istvan Urbani, described him as the engine of this team. And that engine has been humming, not just by Donovan, but everybody in midfield. That engine room, as many coaches like to call it, center third of the pitch. That's where SKC2 has seen a lot of wins off of turnovers with the high press, clogging the passing lanes in between the lines, winning the first and the second ball. Now can they go out and get a goal? Meanwhile, for the Town, under head coach Danny Gear, something that they've become very accustomed to is success. Made it to the MLS Next Pro playoffs last year, and he's been at the helm since April of 2022. And noted when we had a chance to talk to him earlier this week, the consistency of his players in the back line. Like Wilson Eisner in particular, a homegrown talent who played some college ball with the Big Red of Cornell. Former first team All-Ivy League as a freshman with them. Here's the Town on the left side of your screen. SKC2 on the right. Coach Danny Gear, we had a chance to talk with him earlier this week, emphasized scoring first and being aggressive from the start. They've had that aggression, the 5 fouls to just 1 from SKC2. Cross in that goes all the way to Montali. Not a bad effort, but nobody there.
Recover!
Flying forward, the Town now, 4-on-3 opportunity. Medina has Cowell to his right. One-time ball to Donnery. Big stop from Court Camp. The 17-year-old shot stopper stymies the counter. It's a big-time body block. Donnery, we said his name a few times in that first half. And that aggression that head coach Danny Gear talked about in the midweek on display in the early stages of the second half. Great ball by Ibarra. Better challenge by James. James stepping up. Manny Maboa went over. Some serious composure from a 16-year-old defender to have an attacker on his back like that and make a move that'll sit him down. Great ball to play out of pressure. Ivana holds off the check 2 option. Roger Gopal told to turn. Does so. Quintero was there. Aggressive first touch and a big step from Natty Clark to deny him. Clark trying to blaze past Medina. May have been some contact there, not enough for a whistle. Nani Maboa. This match at a much more frantic pace in this second half than the first. Donnery looking for help. Couldn't pick his spot for the cross. It's so back and forth to start this second frame. Arellano with blazing speed, trying to shuffle onto his left. Ibarra defending and does very well in the end. Some very good 1v1 defending from the captain for the visitors.
Lock him, lock him, lock him, lock him. Win first and second. Lock him. How far can he go?
Chance, yes. Chance, yes. Good recap.
Quicker, Gael. Come on, son.
Shantred vying for it with Cowell. There was some contact upstairs there. Well shielded by Chance Cowell. There's a big collision. Beckham Uteritz is down. Ibarra was stepping up. Uteritz with a brave sliding challenge. There's not much that Ibarra can do there in terms of any contact that was upstairs.
Come on, Leo, let's go, son.
So the 2-minute rule for the temporary substitution due to injury does not apply because it is a head injury. Beckham Uteritz going through the protocol with the trainer. Son of former Kansas City Wiz great Scott Uteritz.
Go, Leo, come on, buddy.
And Uteritz will be replaced by Leo Cristiano. Rather, no, that substitution will be chalked off, at least for now. Cristiano was getting ready, but Uteritz gonna wait for the AOK to see if he can return to play. All dependent on if cleared by the athletic trainer. A chance for a reprieve for the frantic start to this second half. Cowell on the 1-2, crosses it in. Kortkamp didn't get there cleanly. Nani Maboa was fighting for it. Took some contact, but also fouled the goalkeeper in the process. Nobody picked him up. And it's the correct call. The goalkeeper gets there first. supporting gesture from Core Camp. A 17-year-old in his 6th start this season. It looks like Beckham Uteritz may be ready to re-enter the fray. And he will. An encouraging sign for him to see that he's okay to keep playing. Scurrying it away. Felt the pressure there. Again, SKC2 doing a nice job keeping the numbers high, keeping the pressure on. Donnery. One-touch passing is very good for the town to get out of pressure. Here comes Cowell with the wheels. Cowell trying to take the inside lane and shut out. Out the flick. Ariano now with a bit of skill. Alexandre trying to turn. No way through Cano. Quick throwing can't evade Alejandro Cano either. Good sliding challenge from Quintero. Ran out of space, now Medina. There's a big sliding challenge from Uteritz. And he will be the first SKC2 player booked. Didn't get the calls they wanted, a bit of a frustration foul. Alexandre was tugging the jersey and Uteritz was going to do anything to bring down Cruz Medina. A couple of the town players asking if there was really an intention to play the ball there, because if there's not, it should be a red card. It's certainly dangerous. Sliding in from behind, the studs were up. Uteritz may be fortunate that those studs didn't catch Cruz Medina very high. One more look at that sliding challenge. Uteritz does leave the ground. Studs exposed there. There certainly is a decision to be made on the part of the referee with a straight leg like that. If Uteritz catches those studs high on Medina, it is a red card, but from that angle, it looks like that extended right leg doesn't make contact. It's the left leg that sweeps from behind, and that's why it's a yellow. Medina trying to spring chains Cowell once again. Still got a lot of energy left in the tank. Cowell once again. Very congested on the ball. Could be a lot of space if the town can find it. Instead, it's well defended.
Press the touch, Mixie. Press the touch, son.
Kano for Medina. Brought back down to earth by Ibarra. It's a great first touch, an acrobatic one at that. Space for Cowell to stand it up. Instead, he drives it. Overcooked, but getting there at the back post is Diogo Baptista.
Come on, Leo, make a difference, son. Come on.
Rajagopal. Cowell. Medina. Passing cut away. Big step from Eisner, who's out of position. SKC2 can't start the counter, though. And the whistle will sound. Beckham Uteritz is once again on the floor. Thankfully now back on his own 2 feet, being helped by the trainers, able to walk off the field, which is an encouraging sight. And will be brought off in place of Leo Cristiano.
Leaving the game, number 99, Beckham Uteritz.
All right, Beckham.
He's replaced by number 89, Leo Cristiano.
Come on, Kay, let's go.
Shane Donovan getting some last-minute instruction on the near side. The engine of this team in the offensive front. Seen a lot of good passes from him, good runs as well. Haven't really seen him have a chance to strike on goal. Still yet to find his first this season. 5 goals for SKC2 on the campaign, all scored by different players. Donovan couldn't get that one back down to earth. Animabo with a little bit of space, closed down quickly, finding Ibarra. Spivey overhit.
You got to step higher. You're not working anyone's son. You got 2 guys in the middle.
Ibarra hops over one.
Get to the ball.
Cowell going inside. Big space for Medina on the flank and just over the head of Donnery. This portion of the match is presented by Audi, the official luxury vehicle of Sporting Kansas City. Nice composure by Natty Clark. Donovan.
You're on, Mitch.
That one gonna spin in bounds for Alexandre. Big tussle, and Diogo Baptista judged to be the guilty party.
Get in the box.
SKC2 wanted to go quickly, but now that they have to set up, they may have time to put numbers in the box. That's what Ian James is motioning for.
Win this in the box.
16-year-old center back will go forward. Crossed in.
Recycle your run!
Arellano dancing, trying to weave through. Appeals for handball. Alexandre now brought down, and again no whistle. Double change now for Dandigier. Julian Donnery up top to be replaced by Misael Rodriguez. And Rohan Rajagopal in midfield, taking off for Edwin Mendoza.
Substitution for Town FC in the 64th minute, leaving the game, number 52, Julian Donnery. He's replaced by number 80, Misael Rodriguez.
There were some appeals for SKC2 for a handball. We'll take another look at it. No. On a second look, it's a very clear no call. Arm is right by his side, if it even hits his arm. It's a good no call by the referee. Cowell. Mendoza. Good ball in, flick header, and not caught cleanly by Court Camp, but not too much trouble in the end. Already the substitutes for head coach Dandigier making an immediate impact. He spoke on the depth of this team earlier this week. 3 straight wins, 5-0, 5-0, and 4-0, and how he was able to play a different lineup each time. And said that is a luxury that not a lot of coaches can afford. And said that in his time at the Town, they focused on the evolution and success of their players. The importance of finding players with potential, with hunger to keep growing their careers. It makes it difficult to find a first 11 when you have so many talented and capable players. Arellano tried to force it in behind. Donovan made the diagonal run. Clever feet from Mendoza. Pass almost getting there. James there to clean it up. Medina. 2 defenders with him. Cowell stayed out wide for the cross. And the header from Misael Rodriguez came crashing down. Once again, the 2 substitutes. Mendoza making it happen. Rodriguez trying to dispatch it. And a pull on the part of Ibarra. Misael Rodriguez, a Chicago native, came up through the Fire Academy.
It's okay, lock him in, it's okay, lock him in!
In his debut for Chicago Fire 2 in their inaugural year in MLS NEXT Pro. Clever back heel, Medina, heavy touch. Able to block it. Hadi Mabua wanted to invite him back into the fray, but Medina wasn't on 2 feet. Mabua checks 2. He wanted to make that run in behind. Instead, Ibarra does. Cristiano intercepts. Rodriguez. One-on-one with Clark. Turns him inside out. Continues his run, but didn't get the ball back. Now Donovan. Alexandre. SKC2 wanted to counter and didn't have the numbers. It's a totally different look to the second half. SKC2 had a lot more time on the ball, a lot more time progressing things. In the second half, the town has really lost possession, lost the tempo of this match, which will prompt Ismael Urbani to make a double change.
Substitution for Sporting Kansas City.
Meji Alexandre up top will be replaced by Carter Dirksen.
Meji Alexandre.
In midfield, Ryan Ariano
Number 97, Carter
will be replaced by Masoud Habibullah.
Substitution for Sporting Kansas City. In the game, number 35, Brian Ariano. He's replaced by number 47, Masoud Habibullah.
Get in the box!
Numbers in the box. Bounces right off Donovan. Cleared away. There were a lot of blue shirts forward there. This portion of the match is presented by Price Chopper, the official grocer partner of Sporting Kansas City. Habibullah goes down. Not much appeals for a foul. Born in the capital of Uzbekistan, Tashkent. Moved to Vancouver. Joined the Whitecaps Academy back in August 2015. Indeed, with the Canadian Youth National Team and a number of youth camps.
More time to work.
Habibullah gets the touch away. 3-on-3 opportunity. Gumbale plays it along and gets it right back. Wide open is Donovan. Ran out of shooting space. Clips it through. It's a clever ball. And return cleared away. And you have to think that Donovan could have taken that first time. Defender down on the play. It's a lovely 1-2, so much space, and right there, that has to be first time from Shane Donovan. Gets a little bit flat-footed underneath it, wouldn't have been able to really swing into the ball. Tries to make an extra touch, and the defender doesn't bite. It's another chance for Shane Donovan. He's had a couple in this match where he could have had a shooting opportunity. Just checks to the ball a little bit early. Didn't have the space to step to that after he already decided to take a touch. He's got to step into the next one and really drive it. That's what his head coach, Ismael Urbani, is likely telling him. Another double change for Tandegir.
Substitution
Tomo
for
Allen
Tennessee
into the
in
match
73rd
for
minute.
Nansari Mabua.
Leaving the game, number 88, Diogo Baptista. He's replaced
Keegan
by
Walwyn
number
Bent
99, Keegan
into the
Walwyn
match
Bent.
for Diogo Baptista.
Substitution for
Two
Town
very
FC in the
attacking-minded
73rd minute.
changes.
Leaving the game, number 55, Nanso Adimabu. He's replaced by number 70, Tomo.
What a
Allen.
clean sheet this would be for SKC2. Bounces by Dirksen. Habibullah. Kumbale trying to turn, very well defended by Ibarra, who takes a hard foul.
Between them, Leo. You're good between them. You're good between them.
Yes, right!
Clark. No way through. Rodriguez on the press. Volley going down. Referee had a look. A number of players going down. Said false to Donovan. Wants to go himself in a heavy touch.
Coming to you, Leo.
Go around, Keegan.
Medina battling his way through. They do so well with the overlaps and the one-touch passing to town. Able to release a lot of space centrally. Hard to do now that SKC2 has gotten back into their shape. And still, they will try and go centrally. Walwyn Bent swung in and headed down just beyond an outstretched cowl. Habibullah, great switch to find space. SKC2 trying to get numbers forward. There's a lot of black shirts back for the town. It's crossed into the box anyways. Nearly fell on a platter for someone. Nobody held the run, and there's a big shove by Natty Clark. He will likely face further punishment. It's quite an admonishment from the referee, but no yellow card. Scissor kick away. A little bit of flair, but will likely go almost all the way out. No, Eisner will keep it in play. Habibullah not fouling and does well to win the ball back. High up the pitch. Gubali trying to make the most of it. To Shantret. Couldn't move it along one more time. Quintero. Gubali once again.
Look for it in the box.
Clark with space to turn. Deshantra pokes it along and had to stretch for that ball. Walwyn Bent now with space. Cowell waiting for reinforcements. Doesn't take the overlap. Now will. Walwyn bent onside, pulls it back to the top of the key. Medina threads the needle. Still bouncing around, and Travella clearance away. Things really opening up in the late stages of this match. This portion of the match is presented by Central Bank, the official checking account partner of Sporting Kansas City and the official jersey front partner of SKC2. Abibullah. Stopped by Eisner, who didn't get the call. Quick throw by Donovan, down for Dirksen. Cristiano. Donovan once again. Quick feet to evade Cano.
Smart, Carter, good.
To Santret.
Make some runs behind the lines, boys. Make some runs behind the line.
Stay inside chance.
Leroux. Tried to do it himself. It's a little static from SKC2. They need a couple more runs off the ball. But to the town's credit, they've done a good job of clogging up those lanes. Is that a corner? It is. Conceded by Misael Rodriguez.
Rica, 47.
Get after it, boys. Let's go.
339 minutes now without a goal for SKC2.
What's the holding, sir? Holding 85, sir. That's a bear hug. That's a bear hug.
Clipped into the box. On the floor. Blocked not once but twice. Donovan again. Nice move. Donovan into a defender.
Play.
To Santret back in. Player goes down. Whistle stays silent. Habibullah on the turn. Dragged it. And another body in the way. To Santret, standing it right back up. Leroux, the center back. Donovan on the near side now, and the flag will go up.
Turn, Mixie, turn. Second.
Support, boys. Support.
Double down.
Yeah, right.
Mendoza. Eisner. Ibarra. A lot of space centrally. Medina calling for it. Secano. Walwyn bent. Trying to bend that one in play. Cowell got there and got around the defender too. Left-footed cross, he sliced it with his weaker foot.
Get on your bike, Mixie. Get on your bike, Mixie. Come on, son.
Habibullah dispossessed. 83rd minute now.
It's coming, bro.
SKC2 through 82.5 minutes have shut down one of the most offensively potent teams in MLS Next Pro. Can they get their reward? Gumbale trying to turn and brought down by Ibarra. No whistle.
Lock him on that side. Lock him on that side. Lock him on that side. Nice, boys. Good.
Poor switch, and it bounces beyond Walwyn bent. Clark to Santret. Dirksen on his right. It's a good find, but he's overcooked it.
Substitution for Sporting Kansas City in the 84th minute.
Another change for SKC2.
44, Gail Quintero. He's replaced by number 76, Johan Ortiz.
Gail Quintero replaced in midfield by Johan Ortiz.
In the 84th minute, leaving the game, number 33, Natty Clark. He's replaced by number 45, Anthony Samways.
Anthony Samways as well into the match. Natty Clark taken off, who has covered so much ground on that far side. Fresh legs. Donovan up top for Dirksen. Dragged wide. The best chance in a good while for SKC2. Knocking on the door right as the final few minutes beckon. Settled and struck it well, kept it low, just dragging it wide of the near post. Donovan again.
In the box!
Mbale. Samways makes a great run. Tried to pull it back and it comes off a defender.
Great work, Natty.
Corner by way of Edwin Mendoza. Clipped in, Montali swiped at it. I know Cristiano wants to go quick. Buffalo native, joined the academy in 2019. Played through the U12 all the way up to the U19 levels. Cristiano inviting the foul, and Cabell takes the bait. Saw as soon as he got that first touch, he was setting up for one thing and one thing only.
In the box, boys! In the box! Put your head on it, boy! Let's go! Come on, Nicolino!
Ortiz caught under the foot of James. Had a chance to strike at it. Snuck under the studs. Second ball by Samways. James is onside, a lot of space. Can he find an option? Tried to go himself and Montali cut off the angle. Medina. Rodriguez, pass intercepted. SKC2 continuing to build momentum on the young season, trying to make it a second match in a row unbeaten. Did that ball cross the line? It did.
Okay, hey, work! Work for him!
Coach standing here asking for another substitution. It's Chance Cowell who's come off.
Substitution for Town FC in the 88th minute, leaving the game, number 44, Chance Cowell. He's replaced by number 90,
Oliver Hernandez-Bada will take his place. Oregon State commit. Already caught out the substitute, but wins the foul. Would have been 5-on-2. for SKC2.
It's done! It's done! Recover! It's done! Recover!
That could have been a big counter for the hosts. Too aggressive in the press, though. First header contested, second clipped back in, stamped away. That's a big collision against Donovan. It's a yellow card for Edwin Mendoza.
FC, number 38. Edwin Mendoza, in the 90th minute.
Ooh, and there's contact upstairs there. Mendoza trying to make a play on the ball. Doesn't extend the elbow. And it's a dangerous 50-50.
Get up! Get up!
Medina. Big block from Cristiano. Tried to step up with it. Fortuitous header for Hernandez Para. And the switch over hit.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 6 minutes.
Throwing around one of the staff members for the town as Donovan tried to go quickly. Ortiz. Mendoza already on a yellow, had to win that cleanly. Started to initiate contact with the arm, but knew he couldn't foul. Walwyn bent on the turn. Donovan thought it was an SKC2 throw. It is not. Mendoza away. Aaron pass in midfield by Medina. Dirksen for Samways, streaking forward. Can SKC2 grab a late winner? Samways. Again looking for support. Donovan in the box. Sets it up for Cristiano. Santret makes the run. The captain plays it across. Nobody at the back post. It was a great ball and nobody crashed the 6-yard box.
Get your head on this. Let's go, boys.
It's a good patient move. SKC2 recycling, getting that second opportunity. As they have done a number of times in the second half, they get the ball to the byline, they pick the head up, and the town just marking so well. Someone's got to get free. Crossed in, free header! What a save by Montali! Player still down off the ball. Samways is cross deflected. Gubale going down to Shantret. Right down the middle. It was Leroux who got the free header and then was fighting for it, went down. Defender stuck a leg in. There may have been contact. Not enough for a penalty kick. That is an unreal save from Francesco Montali. A potentially point-saving save. And there may be more. Hernandez Para. Medina wide open. Oh my goodness, another amazing stop. Not once, but twice. Both goalkeepers with heroics in second half stoppage time. Then a yellow card on the part of Oliver Hernandez Para for stopping a promising attack. Jack Kortkamp, 17 years old. Big body save and then gets a second hand to it. Wow. What drama at the end, and there's still time.
What was the extra time?
Kumbale, my, he's covered some ground tonight. Still sprinting, trying to put the pressure on Ibarra. Dirksen there as well. Hurried clearance headed down to Shantret, looping back in. Medina's got it away. Mendoza, a lot of space for Cruz Medina. Medina on his right to win it. Wide of the near post. Tried to squeeze it into an impossible angle. Well defended in close quarters by Leo Cristiano. Couldn't find the left side of Jack Courtcamp. Cristiano now the other way. Habibullah second to it. Hero, Samways. Dirksen on the overlap and Montali there. A minute left at a minimum. Both teams exhausted. Sprinting at full force in both directions. Don't want to make a silly mistake now. It could be a crucial point for SKC2. A solid pickup for the town on the road to make it 4 in a row unbeaten.
Come on, John! Come on, John! Go back!
Medina getting frustrated. This KC2 took the throw in, but it wasn't theirs to take.
Recover! Come on, recover!
Help her out! Right here! Right there! You can't see that man!
Shane Donovan incensed with the official.
What are you doing?
He's taking this because of you.
Come on!
Do your job.
Temper's getting heated. Well settled by Allen. Falls to Dirksen. Habibullah trying to spring the switch. Gumbale and Ibarra both fighting for it. Both with a hand on the other. Well into the 97th minute now. How much time will there be? The town will recycle. Trying to beat the line. James the header back, Courtcamp off his line. Medina settling. Walwyn Ben gets by his mark. Walwyn Ben into the box, trying to stay upright, and fires into the side netting. And that was the last kick of the 90.
Final score, Sporting Kansas City 0, Town FC.
The town blanked for the first time in 4 matches, and we will go to penalties. Scoreless through regulation. We'll step aside, and the penalty shootout when we come back.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
At the end of regulation, since the teams are tied on the scoreboard, the match will extend to a shootout, with each team having 5 attempts. If the teams are tied after 5 attempts, they will go to sudden death. The shootout winner will receive an extra point in the regular season standings.
So both teams will take 1 point tonight. The shootout win will reward a team another point. We'll take a look at some of the highlights from the match. My goodness, so many to pick out. This the most recent chance, the final of the match. On the part of Keegan Walwyn, just tried to force it. It wasn't really on. This was the best chance in the first half for the Town. Jermaine Spivey from distance took a bit of a hop, but didn't fool Jack Courtcamp. And Shane Donovan from a tough angle cut it back, and Cello to Chantret. That probably the best chance of the match for SKC2 beside this one. Big header right on the doorstep from Pierre Leroux. What a save from Francesco Montali. And then another big stop on the part of Jack Courtcamp. 17-year-old, the double save to preserve the clean sheet. Just his second of the season. Sporting Kansas City 2 in their most recent match lost on PKs. 7-6 the final score against Austin. That one going to 8 rounds. They've won one PK shootout this year. Their other shootout back in the end of March, 3-3 after 90 with North Texas SC, SKC2 winning 5-4 in the shootout. This the second shootout of the year for the Town. The first one also in the last week of March. They lost to Portland Timbers 2 by a score of 4-3. It will be the host to kick off proceedings. Masoud Habibullah will take the first one. Waiting for the AOK from the official to start this one. Francesco Montali trying to get big in the net for the Town. Curved run up from Habibullah and put home with authority. Goalkeeper the wrong way, and there's some real venom behind that one as well. Edwin Mendoza to take it. 17-year-old Jack Courtcamp trying to get big. What a save he made toward the end of time to force this PK shootout for just his second clean sheet. Mendoza with the stutter step and down the middle. Cool as you like. Sends the youngest goalkeeper in SKC history the wrong way. Shane Donovan will be next. Someone who is head coach Istvan Urbani highlighted in particular this week. Donovan spot kick into the roof of the net with authority. Didn't get his goal in regulation, but makes up for it in the shootout. Part of the reason he didn't get that goal in regulation was this man, Wilson Eisner, put in quite the shift at the back. A fourth straight clean sheet for the Town. Eisner from 12 yards, rolled into the bottom corner. It's a well-taken spot kick, just opens up the hips, guides it into the bottom corner. Malun Gumbale will have the honors of going third. Had some serious stamina in this match, especially late in the second half, causing so many problems with the back line for the Town, making a number of runs and playing good crosses as well. His penalty, though, is saved. Montali guesses left and guesses correct. Gets the left hand low and makes the stop, his first of the season. Cruz Medina, the captain for the visitors, now with the chance to take the lead. Made his club debut at age 15. Stares down 17-year-old Jack Kortkamp, and Medina sends it the wrong way. The Town do take the advantage in this one. So now the skipper for the host, Shelo Tesantret, will try and get this one back to level scores. Staring daggers at the ball. Keeps his head down and keeps the shot low as well. 3-3 once again, and now Montali, after the save, wasn't going to be able to keep that one out if he went the right way. Jermaine Spivey trying to reinstate the advantage for the Town. San Jose native began his journey with the Quakes Academy at age 8. 8th kick of the shootout. Spivey just about sneaks it in. That little hesitancy. Wrong-footed Jack Kortkamp enough. Got his left hand to it, but unable to keep it from crossing the line. And now Carter Dirksen will have to make this one to keep SKC2 alive in the shootout. Their third shootout of the year. They've won one and lost the other. Dirksen gets it under the goalkeeper.
Let him hear it, Jeffers! Let him hear it, Larry!
Direct run up and really put his foot through that. Had the pace to sneak under Montali. It will be Misael Rodriguez with a chance to earn a second point for the Town and make it 11 points from 12. A staggering turnaround to the young campaign as Jack Kortkamp is booked for his part in trying to put Rodriguez off his tempo. Misael Rodriguez to win it, and does.
Final score from today's
Leaves
shootout,
Kortkamp
Town FC
flat-footed.
5, Sporting Kansas City
And the
4.
Town take the extra point in the shootout by a score of 5-4. A perfect penalty performance from the Town. Misael Rodriguez with a definitive spot kick. Francesco Montali made a stop that proved decisive in the shootout. Made a couple great saves in the match as well. This the best by far, and he is tonight's man of the match. The former Boston University goalkeeper in his familiar red makes his presence known against SKC2. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Philip Galati. Once again, our final score, Kansas City 0, the Town 0, with the Town winning the extra point in the shootout 5-4. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.